a day where you needed the weather for the marathon, because we're talking about the official cool down and beginning today. So if only it flip-flopped, right? But you did great, Kalina, and everyone at work, Tim and also Stephanie. Amazing job. Incredible stuff that most people don't get to ever do. All right, let's talk about the cooler weather, because I know you guys could have used this yesterday. So we're talking about the return of the sea breeze. So this is what's happening. Remember all the winds that we had on Saturday and all that hot temperatures yesterday? Well, it's all because of a cutoff low pressure system that we talked about last week, and now has moved more to the south. So this is where it is right now. So it has pulled away from us, and now we're looking at the return of the sea breeze here in Southern California. So this is why things are going to feel so much better today compared to yesterday. You can see how the winds are pushing in from the ocean. This is that natural sea breeze, and that is why our temperatures will continue to feel a lot more comfortable today, and then we'll continue to cool even more tomorrow. However, as we look ahead, you can see that there is a high pressure system that's been sitting out in the wings to the west of us, and this is what's going to bring in a lot more of the heat. So this will be a brief cool down here in Southern California. And then as we head into the extended outlook, I just want to show you what's going to play out over the course of the next few days. So with that high pressure system sitting out in the wings, it will definitely set up shop here in Southern California and on the west coast. So this is why our temperatures will continue to stay well above average, and it's going to get even hotter as we head into days 8 and also into days 14. So yes, that's something that we are looking out for. And then as we head into the afternoon, let's just enjoy the temporary relief that we're getting from all the heat from yesterday. So yesterday we topped out well above average. A lot of places hitting the high 80s and low 90s. Today we're going to see much more comfortable conditions thanks to that sea breeze. We're also seeing some patchy coastal clouds this morning. And then again, we're waiting for that next warm up as we head into the second half of the week. In fact, I've already issued a next weather watch by the end of the week, because we're talking about 90-degree temperatures inland again for a lot of places. So I just want to show you with our wind futurecast, you can see how the winds are slowly starting to shift, and this is why today will feel much better than yesterday, because we have more of that sea breeze. By the time we head into the evening, we're getting the full-on sea breeze, and so this is why tomorrow will be even cooler than today. And then as we head into Wednesday, look how the winds begin to shift. They start to turn, and we're looking at more of the offshore fashion. That's why Wednesday will be much warmer than Tuesday, and then we just continue to warm up gradually as we head into the rest of the week. Highs right now, maybe a light layer before you head out the door. Pretty cool, because we're talking about clear skies inland, but a little bit warmer near the coast because of the patchy clouds. 60 degrees for Malibu, 60 degrees for Santa Ana, 59 for Seal Beach, and then we're looking at high 40s for Corona, and then low 50s for Pasadena. Once we get past the afternoon, the clouds begin to clear, especially for a lot of our coastal communities. We're looking at some really nice conditions in the 70s for LAX, upper 60s for Santa Ana, 72 for downtown LA. This is still above average, but we're not quite as hot as yesterday or even the day before. Upper 60s for Claremont, 74 for Van Nuys, and then you could see that that high pressure system out to the west is definitely going to start to push in, and this is why we're talking about a nice big ridge, and that's why we're going to see those 90-degree temperatures returning, especially inland, as we head into Thursday and Friday. So again, not much to talk about in terms of the weather or in terms of even any rain because of this high pressure system. It's blocking any of the moisture for us. So this is why I've issued that next weather alert for Thursday and Friday. Look at those numbers for LA and Orange County, close to 90 degrees, and then we actually land in the 90s for the valleys as we head toward the end of the week. So that's why we have that next weather alert in place. Just to let you know, normally we don't see 90s, especially here in Southern California this early in the season. Normally it's about mid-April. So yeah, this is definitely unusual, and this is why I've issued that next weather alert. Even though we did have hot temperatures over the weekend, it's cooling down, but we're gearing up for even more of those hot temperatures to resurface again. So look at that, a few more days of 90-degree temperatures for the Inland Empire for Thursday, Friday, and then we begin that slow cool down as we head into this upcoming weekend. All right, back to you, Kalina.
So now